Welcome students in another online class session. So in this lecture we are going to start section 3 of chapter 1, that is earthquakes and tsunamis. So let's start. Please open page number 10. Earthquakes are vibrations in the earth produced by the rapid release of energy. The scientific study of earthquakes is called seismology. Seismos is a Greek word meaning earthquake, and scientists who study earthquakes are called seismologists. Among the natural hazards, earthquakes have been the most destructive throughout human history because in a few seconds they can destroy buildings and cause the deaths of thousands of people. The Muzaffarabad earthquake of 8 October 2005 in Pakistan killed about 83,000 people in a few seconds and damaged the cities of Balakot, Bagh and Muzaffarabad. So basically in this point, earthquakes, we are going to study about what is earthquake, that it is the vibrations and the release of energy which are produced by the release of energy, and the scientific study of earthquakes, we call it seismology, and the person who studies seismology is called seismologist. And earthquakes are the most dangerous natural hazards because in a few seconds they can destroy buildings and they can kill so many people. They have given example of Muzaffarabad as an example, that in 8th of October 2005 it killed about 83,000 people in a few seconds. So next we have how does an earthquake occur. The theory of plate tectonics explains the occurrence of earthquake. We have already discussed about plate tectonics in last chapter, that due to movement of plate tectonics, earthquakes occur. According to this theory, earthquakes occur as a result of the movement of these plates along faults, causing vibrations, breaking of rock, and the release of energy. The place on earth where the earthquake occurs is called the focus. This is the point, we may call it focus, where the earthquakes occur, and the place just above the focus on earth's surface is called the epicenter. Epi means above. If the focus is not deep, less than 100 km, the earthquake is called a shallow earthquake. This is an example of shallow earthquake, where the point focus is not deep. An earthquake with the deep focus is called a deep focus earthquake. This is example of deep focus earthquake. Shallow earthquakes are generally more destructive than deep focus earthquakes because of the shorter distance between the source of energy and the earth's surface. Because here we have shorter distance between the earth's surface and the point where the earthquakes occur, these are more dangerous as compared to the deep ones. So in next slide we are going to study about the foreshocks and aftershocks. Before and after major earthquake vibrations, several weaker vibrations called foreshocks and aftershocks may occur. These are usually the weaker vibrations which may occur before a major earthquake or after an earthquake. If these weaker vibrations occur before a major earthquake, we may call it foreshocks, and if it occurs after a major earthquake, we may call it aftershocks. The intensive vibration of the 8 October 2005 Muzaffarabad earthquake in Pakistan continued for 40 seconds. Although the most of the displacement along the fault occurred in this short period, additional movement along this and nearby faults continued for several days. These were small earthquakes called aftershocks. There is also the possibility that before a major earthquake, small earthquakes called foreshocks may occur, predicting of a forthcoming major earthquake. So this is all about foreshocks and aftershocks. Next we have earthquake intensity and magnitude. An earthquake generates seismic or earthquake waves. The instrument on which the strength of these waves is recorded is called a seismograph. Richter magnitude is based upon the amplitude of the largest wave recorded on the seismogram. The largest earthquake ever recorded had Richter magnitude of 8.9. It is the largest magnitude which was recorded on seismograph. The intensity of the Muzaffarabad earthquake was 7.6 on Richter scale. So in 1935, Charles Richter was an American seismologist who introduced the Richter magnitude scale. Today, a refined Richter scale is used worldwide to measure the magnitude of earthquakes. So next we have destruction by earthquakes. How these earthquakes are destructing our buildings and killing human beings. Earthquakes cause extensive loss of life, property, landslides, and the deformation of land features. In 1906, the San Francisco earthquake caused very great destruction due to fire it caused. In 1964, Alaskan earthquake, and which caused greatest damage to the building structure. And in 1976, in China, about 240,000 people died as a result of an earthquake measuring 7.6 on the Richter scale. Similarly, in 1990 earthquake in Iran, it killed about 50,000 people. And then in Muzaffarabad, in Pakistan, the earthquake killed about 83,000 people and caused great damage to the infrastructure of the area. So in next slide, we are going to study about tsunamis. So in this slide, we will discuss what are tsunamis. Earthquakes occur both on the continents and in the ocean floor. If the epicenter is located on the ocean floor, powerful sea waves up to 30 meters high are generated, which cause great damage to life and buildings in coastal areas. So what is a tsunami? The long powerful wave created by earthquake called tsunami. In 1945, a tsunami destroyed hundreds of villages and killed over 4,000 people in coastal area of Pakistan. So here they have given example of Japan. The tsunami which occurred in Japan in 2011, it was the fourth largest earthquake on record. And it caused huge loss of life and property. It damaged several nuclear reactors in Japan. So in last we have major earthquake zones of the world. Earthquakes may occur at any place in the world, either on land or in the oceans. However, geologists have identified the major earthquake belts. The most important of these is the Pacific Ocean near Japan, Mexico, and Philippines, the Mediterranean and Trans-Asiatic Zone, which spans Burma, Himalaya Range, Balochistan, Iran, and Turkey. So this is all about the major earthquake zones of the world. So in this chapter, we discussed about what is earthquake, and how does an earthquake occur, and what are foreshocks and aftershocks, and what is the earthquake intensity and how we can measure it, and what is the destruction which is caused by earthquakes, and then finally tsunamis, what are they, and what are the major earthquake zones of the world. So please keep watching my videos. If you have any kind of confusion, you may ask. Thank you.